What's good? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good night. Good weekend of fights. Chopping it up with y'all. What's going on? Andy Gill. What's going on? Kentrell LeGrew in the building. Bank Hayes in the building. What's up, man? Oh, we should have some good conversations, man. Shakur Stevenson came to fight last night, huh? He can't do that with Gervonta. I'm gonna tell you right now. He got to go, hey, babe, dog. Hey, man. Hey, man. Let me tell you something, man. If that was Gervonta Davis, that fight would have been over in the third round, man. I'm telling you right now, if that was Gervonta Davis, that fight would have been over in the third round. It'd have been over in 3. You can't fight like that, bro. Said, what's going on, Denali Smith? Branson said Bumlanga was talking all that ish just to get stopped. Yeah, oh my God. He got mopped, nigga. He got super mopped. What's up, JD in the building? Salute, Mr. Martin. What's going on, JD? What's going on, Troy Hutch in the building? Son Soto said Lamont did it, was Tank, quit hyping Tank. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, bro, but you're going to get out of here first thing in the morning. I mean, you know what I mean? See you later, man. I don't know why we can't just talk boxing and you got to come up here being a jerk. You know, I really want to have a good conversation, man. It only takes one punch for Tank to hurt you. I'm trying to tell you that fight would have been over in the third round. It would have been over in the third round. Do not expect Shakur Stevenson to do that anywhere around Gervonta. His shit would have been over in the third round. For sure, it'd have been over in that shit landed, bop. That's night-night. That same shot that he got hit with, that's night-night, bro. That's good night-night. What's up, Cadillac 3 feet? Cadillac 634 in the dough. Say good morning for non-blessed channel. King Devin #1. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to Devin Haney, man. Shout out to the King Dev. I'm not even going to be hating on Devin no more, man. I want to have a better life, man. I want to be nicer to everybody. I didn't pay for that pay-per-view last night, so I'm in a good mood. I was a little disappointed. Shakur fought that kind of fight, but he got it done, albeit ugly. Phoenix, where you at? What are your thoughts? Oh, we're waiting for that. Yeah, I mean, it's ugly. You can't get touched up like that, bro. A jab had him stumbling on the ropes. Hey, look, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, That's gonna get your ass knocked out, bro. All fighters get hit, bro. Dude, shut the fuck up and go away. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna block you right off if I don't know who you are, bro. Okay? Can somebody get rid of Filton Clark? Yes, everybody gets hit. That's why I said the fight would have been over in the third round, bro. Did I say he's not supposed to get hit? I said if he got hit with that shot, his ass was going to sleep. That's what I said. Nobody said anything about not getting hit. All right? Throwing a jab from the 3 angle is just one way to break a Philly shell. What up, man? What up, Greg? David saying that GTD over everybody. I'm telling you right now, bro, all I'm saying about it is he cannot fight Gervonta Davis like that, man. You cannot, you can't. Unk, all to appease Turkey, planted himself against the ropes with that Newark shell he was using. You called him a Newark shell? Nah, man, look, dude, I enjoyed the fight, man, from what I saw of it. I enjoyed the fight from what I saw of it. You know what I mean? I enjoyed the fight from what I saw of it. And as soon as Turkey puts it all the way up, I'm gonna watch every round. I'm gonna break it down. I know he won't. He say he won't fight Tank like that. I know he won't. I know full well he won't. That's what I'm saying. Don't let it fool you. He ain't gonna fight Tank like that. He'd have been asleep. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. What up, Phoenix? Dimitri Cameron said, good morning, brother. Salute tons and the chat. Okay, I was kind of surprised at the fight last night. To me, dude kind of exposed Shakur last night. He put pressure on him last night. Jesus Christ. I'm going to be in a good mood today. I'm going to be in a good mood today. I'm not going to block anybody. Tank would have walked through Shakur last night. Styles make fight, but Tank is all wrong for Shakur. Look, I'm not saying Shakur is going to fight like that against Gervonta. But if if he falls into that mode too much, it's not going to take too much, man, to get you going. Because I don't know. I've never heard Williams Zepeda have a reputation for being a big puncher. He's a volume puncher, right? He's a volume puncher. He's not a big puncher. Good fight. He would beat Tank. Nah, he ain't beating Tank. I don't think so. Definitely got Gervonta over it. But it just depends on how he fights. You know what I mean? But here you go, Phoenix. I want to start talking about the women's fight card. The highlight of the week was the women's fight cards. Was that in Madison Square Garden? I think it was the females were in Madison Square Garden, weren't they? Headlining in Madison Square Garden. Shakur ain't going to fight like that no more. He said he was trying to prove a point. Yeah, I know. Abdullah Mason would have stopped Shakur easy with that style. What's up? Hey, what's up, Angel Luis Beauchamp? Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you with the $2 holler, man. That means a lot, man. Thank you, sir. Puello got robbed. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think he got. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Puello was lighting him up with them uppercuts, though. Unfortunate, but you know what it is. Yeah, you know what it is. It's unfortunate. Yeah, Zepeda is not a power puncher. It's not a puncher. Yeah, he's not a puncher. So, anyway, I liked that out of him. I did. I liked it out of him. I like the fact that Shakur went in there fighting like that. I do. I just kind of see a little bit of what Shakur about what Gervonta was saying about him. I wasn't saying dude is a big puncher. I just feel like he kept backing up to the ropes. But that's to me. No worries, man. Yeah, David saying Katie Taylor outboxed Serrano easily. Serena was shadow boxing for 9. Yeah, she was trying to be able to get there. I think she tried to. I mean, she just got to. Hey, that rain is coming, man. Shakur gained some nice experience. Yeah, he did. I'm a big Shakur fan. Just so you know, I'm a big Shakur Stevenson fan. Don't think I'm talking bad about Shakur. I'm not talking bad about Shakur. I'm just saying if he fights it the way that he fought last night, that's going to be the problem. As far as Katie Taylor won that fight. I thought Katie Taylor looked really good in that fight. I did. One thing I liked about Katie Taylor was for the first time, Katie Taylor. Oh, shit. I know what this is. Oh, no. It's what? Oh, okay. Now, Matias was coming forward and pressing. Those points wasn't stopping Matias. Yeah, I got to look at it more in detail. I just enjoyed it, man. It was no 11-1 fight. What is that? I thought it was a majority decision. Zepeda got no power, and that's why Shakur could take those punches in the pocket plus on the ropes. Yeah. I don't mind Shakur either, except when he disses the old legends. I'm happy that he beat Zepeda. I was rooting for him. Yeah, for sure. I'm a big Shakur fan, man. Don't ever get it twisted, man. I'm a big Shakur fan. I'm not out here trying to criticize Shakur. I'm just saying his ass would have been slept. That's all I'm saying. Like, all I'm saying is that shit that will land too. And it's not something like that isn't something that'll land. I got Gervonta. After that fight, I got Gervonta. Katie boxed just like Shakur. Yeah, I think Katie Taylor she just kept catching. She's just more fundamentally sound, and she has that, she has the more athletic, stance. And she's able to parlay her edge, her athletic edge over Amanda Serrano. But I think I prefer Amanda Serrano as a fighter more than Katie Taylor. But Tank don't throw 100 rounds. Y'all just stop it. It doesn't, dude. It doesn't matter. What does that have to? I don't understand, Breezy. Why would you bring that up? Tank doesn't throw 100 punches around. That just means there's not going to be counter punching available for Shakur. What I'm saying is if he gets hit by that same shot, he's going to go to sleep because of how he reacted to the shot. Breezy. I'm saying that the way that he reacted to the shot, he got hurt by that shot and he saw that shot. Okay? Let me repeat. He got hurt by that shot and he saw that shot. He didn't get hit with a shot he didn't see. He got hurt with a shot that he saw. So no, you got to understand what I'm saying. I'm saying if the punch lands, that is going to be night because he's not going to take that punch well because he didn't take Sabadas' punch well. That's what I'm saying. A man who was scared to get cut from a headbutt. Well, look, you got to, because she gashed her eye open that last time, and Katie Taylor uses her head a lot. Yeah, that's a very good point. What was the fight that I enjoyed? Shadeja Green beating Savannah Marshall. I was really, really happy for Shadeja Green, man. Real happy for Shadeja Green beating Savannah Marshall because she really put up a good fight, man. She put up a terrific fight, which means you got to put some people got to put some respect on Franchon DeZorn Cruz's name, man. They don't talk about her as a very, very solid fighter, man. That's a very, very solid fighter, man. Fanon Tank will sleep Shakur. That dude don't know what he's saying, fam. I'm just saying if it lands. Shadeja Green got a bonus purse for fight of the night. I can agree with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Neeks. Who's Sugar Neeks? I don't think I saw that. Stunner. Okay. Yeah, they were. He thought he's a great man. Yeah. Yes, Fanon, she's a great fighter. Yeah, I'm telling you, Franchon DeJourn Cruz does not get enough credit as a fighter. She beat Shadeja Green, who beat Savannah Marshall, and people were acting like Savannah Marshall was at a point in time was one of the best female fighters. Quiet as kept, those female fighters out of the UK are they are usually good. Like they have a much higher level of skill in their female boxing than they do in their men. Derrick Coleman said Tank's been out. Yeah, Tank is out. And is the fight on? I don't see why it wouldn't be. He's not going to go to jail for it. They waited a month to arrest him for that. He put up bond and he went out. That shit happened a month ago. And I read that they said probable cause, but they're not going to get him for anything because all they have is his word against her word because she called her mother to come out so that the mother could videotape the altercation. That boy's getting set up, man. I'm telling you, I think Tank got set up, and I think that Devin got set up. I'm not a big believer in coincidences. So if you guys expect me to get all in an uproar about this, no. I actually read what was said. He dropped Zepeda's pound punch while standing right in front of him. No running at all. No running all skill. Yeah, he still got dropped. Fanon, who wins in November? He didn't get dropped. He still got buzzed badly. Brian Norman, the storm. Oh, Brian Norman. No, I didn't see, man. Blueberry went live to talk about Tank going to jail, but was MIA for Devin. Dude, Devin's case is worse than Gervonta's, just so you know. Devin Haney is accused of punching a pregnant woman in her stomach. Okay? And he got a domestic violence restraining order. This guy is accused of getting in an argument. They got in an argument. He told her to take the kids out of the car. She claims he hit her in the back of the head and punched her in the lip. But she has an abrasion on the inside of her lip. There's nobody that recorded it. There's no witnesses to it. The only witness saw that they had an argument and he threw some box in the general, like some white box in the general direction of her. So so I don't know exactly how you guys, what's going to come of that. Because it's he said, she said, and more than likely, she's probably going to get like a restraining order on him or something. Tank ain't going to jail over that shit. Enough overhands rights from the right person would break Shakur, but I have to admit Shakur especially. Yeah, he's a good fighter, great fighter, man. I think I got Brian Norman in that fight. And that may be just because of wishful thinking, man. I'm honestly, man, I just don't like Bill Haney. I mean, seriously, man, at this point in time, I am biased. Cause man, what sentence is this? Man, listen, this shit happened on Father's Day. To me, it sounded like she started some shit with him, and then he said, get the kids so he can leave, and decided she was going to play it. Dude, this shit sounds like a setup. It sounded like I read the report. Why would you? She called her mother on the phone. If they were really fighting, how can she pick up the phone and call the mother to come outside and start recording the argument? So the mother started recording the argument. I don't trust people that operate like that. Andy Gill says she retracted her statement last time she got locked up. He got locked up, and she was mad. Yeah, she's already did it, man. Yeah, she texted her mom, man. She texted her mom in the middle of it to come out and start recording. I'm not buying that shit. Like, I don't buy Devins and I don't buy tanks. And I told you guys ahead of time I didn't buy Devins shit. I'm laughing because of the cornball shit that goes on, but I believe that Devin got set up. Absolutely, I believe Devin got set up because she's keeping times and dates. You can't put your hands on girls, man. When are y'all going to start learning that shit? You can't put your hands on them at all, man. Like, for real. Like, you better ask them politely. Can I put my hand on your shoulder? Do you mind if I put your hand on my shoulder? Because they'll lock a black man up for any type of accusation. You got pre-day and and they were looking for him for a month. Shakur different. I expect Tank still talk down him. Breezy, man, look, dude, there's no need for you to defend Shakur because ain't nobody really going to Shakur until I put this link in the chat. Shakur is a very, very good fighter, man. Yeah, you just got to leave, and he should have just left his car and walked down the block. Like, for real, like if they start yelling at you and doing all that stuff, man, you got to lift your hands like this, walk away, lock your car, call an Uber. Hey, man, I'm leaving. I'm calling an Uber. Hey, what's up, EB Sweatlock? How you feeling, man? Shakur deserves his respect and flowers. I'm a Tank fan, but Shakur beat a tough 135-pounder. Yeah, he did for sure. You see the boy EJ looking lean and mean, happy looking. Yeah, he looks real good, man. Yeah, physically he looks terrific. Yeah, I have been seeing him, man. Absolutely, have seen him, man. He said for sure I'm just leaving. Man, I can't stand why you my son tries to start arguments with me, man. I'm sick of this shit. Like, just people just randomly starting to people just randomly try to start arguments with me in the street. Like, man, I'm not arguing with you, man. I know what your game is. You got to understand, Tank, you can't ever put your hands near her. And on top of it, from now on, dude, I would send somebody to pick my kids up. Like, hey, I need for you to drop the kids over here, man. I'm not picking the kids up. You drop the kids off and get out. You know? RBZ, my D to saying that RBZ, yo boy is nice. Hell yeah, Shakur nice as hell, but Tank and Mason are different. All right, so we'll put a link in the chat. We've been on here. We got about 400 people in the building. Most of this, yeah, we got about 400 people in the building. What I tell y'all? What up, Fahim? Yeah, I told you. You did. You said he's going to put on a show. He did. He's going to get his ass knocked out, though, fucking around like that with Tank, though, Fahim. You better tell his ass to calm down. Or have them folk meet him there and get the kids. Yeah, something like that, man. Yeah. I'll put the link in, man. I'll put the link. Everybody ready for the hate, man. Fanon, after Matias won, Turkey brought in Dalton Smith and made both fighters line up to each other and order them like they are his toys. Turkey didn't even say congrats to Matias and look pissed. Hey, look, man. Sabrio Matias. We need to get that fight with Gary Antoine Russell like yesterday, dog. Sabril Matias is back again, dog. Masons is not on their level, and I'm from Cleveland and a fan. But yeah, I don't like when you don't say shit like that. That's a whack-ass statement, bro. Mason is not on their level, and I'm from Cleveland and a fan. Yeah, bro, but you don't have to say that. I heard Calvin and Kenny give Shakur his props before this fight, plus Tank just felt like Core should have more fights than 23 before they make history. Mason is a good man. Yeah, you're back to Tango. I just telling you, man, I'm telling you, he can't get hit. That's the problem with Shakur. You cannot get hit by Tank. No, you're going to go night-night. I'm going to tell you that right now. He ain't taking that clip. Hey, oh, yeah, I saw that, man. Shout out to Canada. Troy Hutch said, you see Oscar wearing a wig clowning Bumlanga after he lost to Shiraz. Oscar's hilarious. Hell yeah. And he was wearing the same wig that he was wearing. He was wearing the same wig, man. that he sent to him. That shit is hilarious, bro. Straight up and down, hilarious, dog. Shakur fought well, but if he tries that on the rope shit with Tank, he'll get slept. Honestly, man, I think he's gonna get. That's just a bad look, and it's a southpaw and a southpaw matchup too. It's a southpaw and a southpaw matchup. So, man, that's a weird. That's gonna be interesting to see. I have Tank decoding Roach and KOing. Tank has ring IQ. People tend to underrate. Oh, for sure, for sure. All right, so here's a link, man. We're gonna put a link in the chat. Look, man, Devin Haney, will you keep your little sweetie pie niggas from coming on here today and showing their penises? I would like to put that this nigga looks like the biggest pooch that I've ever seen. That bodyguard was out there pooching. I saw that shit too. Come on up, Phoenix, since I had to get my phone. Tank got DC problems. Y'all better stop talking about Shakur. He ain't got no DC problems. He ain't got no DC problems. Because guess what? Shakur still got to fight him, man. It doesn't matter what happens with Lamont Roach. Shakur still got to fight him. Shakur still got to fight him. Unless he retires. You know what I mean? You talking about hell no. You got look, Shakur fans. You're not gonna get out of this Tank fight. It don't matter if Roach wins the second fight. You still got to fight Tank. You still got to do it. This ain't no, ooh, he saved my life type shit. I see what you on, Fahim. I see what you're on, Fahim. You trying to hide, nigga. I know what you're trying to do. You trying to hide from that fight. Now you want to talk about, oh, nah, you need to see that fight. He ain't even. Nah, you out here trying to. RB's out here doing a Haney fan. Don't do it now. What's up, the real mulatto, man? I ain't seen you in a minute, the real mulatto. What's good with your brother? He did not prove all the haters wrong because here comes for him. Anyway, let me get this. Tank over them all. Pillow hand Shakur. Shakur didn't hurt his hands, though. I see y'all trying to get out of this, though. Look, dog, do not come up in here. Bill, do not have your booty boys come up in here today, man. Bill. Y'all hiding from shit. Yeah, you are. Trying to talk about he got Roach problems. He need to worry about Roach. Nah, Tank, Shakur need to worry about Tank next. And we don't need to hear none of that. What up, King of Hayden?
Hey, how's it going?
It's good, man. Did you see the fight or did you see the highlights?
Yeah, actually, I went over with some homies from the gym and we ended up watching it, so I had to pay for it. It was good. But
so what you think, man? What you think,
man? First thing, I do want to say congratulations to Shakur. I want to say congratulations because he actually, remember what I said before the fight. If he come out and fight like half of what he's tweeting, I'll give him credit for that. So I got to give him credit for that. He did try, he didn't take the fight to Zepeda, but he received the fight because Zepeda came to him. And he did fight his little ass off.
I have to stop you right here. Fahim Sator says, Fanon, make this nigga keep his word.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving him credit. I
just wanted to say I had to read it from Fahim because I get accused sometimes of letting you slide a little too much. But go ahead.
Hey, but didn't I say I give him credit if he did at least half of what he was tweeting? Yeah, I said it, so I got to give him credit for that. He might not have been able to put belt to ass, but at least he tried. He said he'll go put belt to ass and step on him, but that he didn't.
RBZ in the building. We got a Shakur fan, and what's up, RBZ?
So I give Shakur credit for that.
Fanon, what's good, Fanon?
I'm good, bro. Yeah, I know you happy. What's good?
Hey, nah, look, this ain't about you, Fanon. You always give Shakur his credit. This for Phoenix, you heard? Hey,
all right,
Phoenix,
cool.
I thought he was gonna run, Phoenix. Did he show you he had a chin, Phoenix? Did he sit there and take punches? Did he fight? Did he fight enough for you?
He didn't show me he had a chin because Zepeda was never a one-punch knockout fighter. There's a difference. So he Zepeda break people down by accumulation of punches. That's what he do. So he's not a one-punch knockout fighter. That's something that we knew coming in. Like he got to be able to break them down. So that's why I was saying, Shakur said that he was going to do all this and that. So I give him credit because he at least tried. That's what I said I was going to do.
Nah, dog. Because
I said
stop you on the hating, dog. You can't throw no try in there, dog. That's that hating. That's that hating.
Hey, he did. He
I'm
did
cool with
though.
that because
He did though.
if y'all real boxing fans, y'all know what y'all watched last night. So we know Shakur could have went in there and made it a stinker. Williams Zepeda feet was too slow. His feet was too slow. He could have just stood on the outside and shot the straight left hand and jabbed him all night and moved around if he wanted to. He sat in the pocket. He laid on the ropes, let Zepeda swing. He gave the fans something to talk about. He got hit with shots. So I just feel like he could fight any type of style he want to. And people saying, oh, if he fight Tank like that, we know he's not gonna fight Tank like that. That'll
I
be
said if he
stupid.
gets his ass hit like that.
No, I don't
No,
think.
no,
I
watch
don't
what
think.
I say. I just want to make
Look,
sure you understand what I'm saying.
listen for
If
now.
his ass gets hit like that, he's
Look,
going
I
to sleep.
respect it, but the shot that so-called wobble Shakur was a jab. It was actually a jab.
Yeah,
It
in
was a
round
jab. It was
three.
a right
At the
hand
end of
jab.
round three.
Yeah, it was a jab. So it wasn't a power shot, but it was shots in that fight where Zepeda was throwing right hooks and landing good right hooks on Shakur. And Shakur was smiling and making faces to him and backing him up after he got hit. That kind of sounded like the thing where Richardson Hitchens was talking about Tank and Shakur sparring when Tank was hitting, he had hit Shakur with a big shot. He started smiling, he took his shirt off, and they started thumping in there. I just want to see the fight, man. I hope Tank get past Lamont Roach, and I hope Tank stop saying Shakur ain't fight nobody because he just fought the highest ranked lightweight outside of. I can't remember the last time Tank fought the number 3 ranked lightweight or something like that, bro. Shakur just defeated.
Frank Martin.
Frank Martin was not the number 3 ranked lightweight.
He
He
Yeah,
was
was
he
not
ranked
was.
number
number
3.
two.
He was top 10. Frank
No, he
Martin
was
was
number
top
2.
10.
No, he
Number
was
two
top
for
3.
WBA on
No, he was
lightweights.
not top 3. He was
Yeah, he
ranked.
was.
No,
Yeah, he
for
was. I
9.
promise
You
you,
could go
bro. I
for 9.
promise you, he was.
We could make a friendly
I'll go
wager
get
right
the. No
now.
worries. I'll go get
We
it.
could make a friendly wager.
No,
Tank
I
even
never
said
bet,
it.
bro. I never
Tank
bet.
said it.
I just go. No, I get the bet. No need to bet. I'll just go to the boxing rankings.
Tank said
We'll
he
just.
was top 10. He
I
said it
watch.
out his own
I'll
mouth.
go get it as long as they can do it from the date. I just have to be able to look at it from the date. But nah, he was definitely in the top 3, man.
Not
And if he
Frank.
wasn't, and even if he wasn't, he fought Rolly when Rolly was number West. Rolly was the mandatory. He was number 1. Pitbull was top 2 or top 3 in the WBA too when he fought him.
No, you talking about in the sanctioning bodies. I'm talking
Yeah, but
about. I'm talking about ranked amongst lightweights.
then he's not top 10.
Lineal.
No,
Yeah,
then he's
Frank
not.
Martin was
Hell
not a
no.
lineal ranked
No, because you have
lightweight.
no watch. You're not. He's not the number 1 lightweight because you have. Because if you're not going to go by the sanctioning bodies, and you just can't go by any belts. You got Tank. You got Shakur. You had Keyshawn. You had Tank, Shakur, Keyshawn. You have. You had. Yeah. There's at least 3 dudes over him. He's not number 1
No,
if you don't count the
listen,
WBC.
Williams Zepeda was number 1 in all the sanctioning bodies for 9.
But I'm saying, but there was, but he was number 1 while there was 4 champions.
Oh,
So you
yeah,
can't.
that's
All I'm saying is you can't say because you can't. You have to do the rankings of the sanctioning bodies because if you don't, you have to rank the champions. And
I get
Zepeda
it.
was
I
never a
get it.
champion.
I
Okay,
get you for 9. But look, outside of the champions, Shakur fought the top guy in the division. Am I right by saying that?
I don't think
Outside of
so
the
because I don't know if
champions.
he's better than Raymond Moratala. I don't know if he's better than Andy. I don't know if he's better than Andy
After
Cruz.
Raymond Moore Tyler had that performance against
I'm
Tevin
talking about Andy.
Farmer,
You think he's better than Andy Cruz?
huh?
You think
Oh,
Zepeda's better than Andy Cruz?
who did Andy Cruz fight so we could
I'm
measure
just
this?
saying. You look at Andy Cruz. You think he's
We
better than
can't.
Andy Cruz?
I don't know for now because I never seen Andy Cruz fight anyone. Who who was Andy Cruz last
Zepeda just
opponent
got
off
his
the
ass
top?
beat up by Tevin Farmer.
Tevin. Okay,
He
we
got
know who
beat, but he
Tevin
lost.
Farmer
I
is
thought he
though.
lost that first fight to Tevin
Me
Farmer.
too. Me too.
Okay,
I
so
know who.
Tevin Farmer just got sparked. I know the circle thing don't work, but he just got
Yeah, it
sparked out
don't.
by Floyd
Yeah, but Tevin
Schofield.
Farmer, we know he passed this time, but we know Tevin Farmer is a good boxer.
I
We
just
know
think you're
that.
putting a little extra on Zepeda, but that's okay.
No, we not because people. We can't say we putting extra on Zepeda if people were saying this is going to be a true test for Shakur. We're going to see if Shakur got dog in them because this dude don't stop punching. I was listening to Phoenix talk about the fight. I was listening to you guys live streams in the morning. We're going to see if Shakur could do this and do that and do this and do that. It was questions, so Zepeda had to be somebody.
Yeah, he's a very good fighter. I'm just saying he ain't the number one dude outside of the champions. No, I
He
got
was ranked number one outside of all
I
the
have
champions.
definitely,
Name one guy
definitely. Yeah,
who
he's
ranked
ranked
higher
number.
than Zepeda out of the
He's
champions.
ranked number one in the sanctioning bodies. So
Everyone.
yeah, he was ranked number one. Yeah, he was ranked number one in the sanctioning bodies. Yeah, he's a
Yes.
very good. But I don't think he's the. Do I think as? But in the sanctioned bodies, has Gervonta fought a number one guy? Yeah, he has.
Who?
Absolutely.
Who was the number one guy in this? That
I told you his
Gervonta fought?
mandatory. He fought multiple mandatories. Rolly was his
That's
mandatory.
not.
He was number one.
Come on,
Rolly was
Bernard.
number one in the WBA. That's why it was his mandatory.
Well, all
Rolly's
right.
a champion.
Look.
Dude, Rolly's 100. And don't lunch because Rolly's a 147-pound champion right now.
You think Rolly better than Zepeda?
I think he knocks Zepeda the fuck out. Yes. He's the welterweight champion of the world, man.
Rolly is buns, man.
Rolly
lost.
Romero. Rolly
Bro,
Romero
he lost to
just got done beating.
Barroso, man. He was getting his ass whooped.
Rolly just beat the shit out of Ryan Garcia, man. Ryan beat Devin, man. Come on, man.
Buns.
Dog, you can't say a reigning world champion is a bum, bro. He's 2 weight classes up, dog. Gotta give Rolly his credit, dog.
Ryan Garcia is a reigning world champion?
No, they were fighting for the vacant WBA title. And they're now Rolly Romero is the WBA champion at 147. Yeah, he's the reigning WBA.
If you want
to look for real, RBZ, he's the reigning welterweight world champion right now.
Listen to me. If you want to credit Rolly this high on Tank's resume, that says a lot. That's all I'm saying.
No, it doesn't.
Because Rolly beat Zepeda. Rolly can beat Zepeda.
Hold on, BZ. Let me do this, bro. You cannot say a guy that was a reigning 140-pound champion and a reigning 147-pound champion. The current reigning 100 dog. He's the current reigning 147-pound champion. He's the number one welterweight for the WBA right now.
Comes with defenses for non. Rolly never defended a title.
He is the number one guy in the WBA at 147, bro. Give him his credit, dog. Zepeda's never won a title ever. Zepeda, Rolly, no, man, it's gotta count, bro.
Rolly's got to take a belt from.
Who did Zepeda take a belt from?
That's what I'm saying. You give it.
That's right. No, you're putting Zepeda.
You gotta balance it out.
You're putting Zepeda above Rolly, and Zepeda's never won a title. He's never been a titleist. He's never won a title. Never.
Look. And Zepeda only been in one weight class.
Right? Let me say this.
Come on, man. You got to get Rolly his respect.
I'm gonna get off. Since Zepeda was number one in all the sanctioning bodies, all Zepeda had to do was wait for somebody to vacate, and he would have did what Rolly did.
No, he had to beat Ryan Garcia, bro.
He would have got elevated.
But he didn't.
Ryan Garcia is nothing. What he ever do?
Zepeda, you're talking about Zepeda. Yes. Zepeda ain't done shit that Rolly did. Nothing.
What did Rolly do?
He won a title at 140 and 147. Zepeda's never won a title, never.
So
you're talking about a two-time, at the very least, a two-time and current reigning champion.
You talking
against
about
a guy that never beat anybody?
Versus Barroso?
RBZ.
You talking about the belt that they gave him against Barroso?
I'm talking about the belt he has on his neck right now. He just got done on headlining a card on Ring 2 when he fought Ryan Garcia for the WBA title and he won. Get a man his credit, bro. You just can't call a man shit for calling him shit when Zepeda's never done nothing.
But Rolly ain't do shit.
Zepeda's not done shit.
All right. So tell Tank after this fight to fight Shakur, bro. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm not telling you to do nothing, Tank, bro.
He said Shakur.
No, I'm not doing this shit. Because you're not going to sit up and act like a guy like Zepeda, who ain't done shit, is good, but Rolly, who did something, actually ain't shit.
So why everybody on your channel was talking like Shakur was in trouble for now?
What'd you say?
Why people that was coming up on your channel?
I'm talking about me. You're talking to me. You're talking to me.
I'm talking to you.
You're not talking to the panel.
I'm talking to you.
You're talking to me. And we're talking about Rolly. Rolly Romero is way more accomplished than William Zepeda. There's
look for now. I respect you, bro, and you give Shakur his flowers when it's necessary. This energy more kind of built towards Phoenix the assassin.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, go ahead.
You feel what I'm saying? This ain't really for now. I respect you, brother. I seen you give Shakur his flowers. I don't want to debate with Phoenix. I
You
know
good.
if you real boxing fans, like if people are real boxing fans, you know how Shakur could have fight, and then you seen how he did fight. You
Yeah,
know
he
what
didn't
you
have to
just
get touched.
witnessed last night.
He didn't have to
You,
get touched.
he didn't have to get touched, but he did it because of what the detractors say about him. Oh, he's a
That's not
runner.
why he
He's
did it.
gonna move around. He sat there in front of the man.
That's not why he did it.
He said, "Did you watch the post-fight press conference? Why
I,
did he do
I
it?"
watched. I know why he did it because he seemed as Zepeda ain't a one punch knockout artist. That's why. If Zepeda had power,
Oh,
I
so
think about
now
it.
it's power again.
Yeah, no, because
Now we back to the.
I've always said Zepeda ain't a power puncher. He's a
All right, so
guy
how
that
many
break
one
people
punch
down. It's
knockout?
accumulation of punches.
All right,
So as far as power punches, one punch knockout artists, the closest you could say Shakur spot is maybe Edwin De Los Santos. People who
oh,
where they hit you is gonna hurt
but
because
he
there's
fought
different types
multiple people with over 70% knockout
at
records
135.
throughout his career.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. He at 135 right now.
Yeah,
Like
throughout his
people keep
career,
worrying
he
about
been fighting
120.
punchers. He
Not
been
since he moved
fighting
up to
punchers. I
135. Not since he moved
so
up to
Zepeda,
135.
look,
So
Phoenix.
and Zepeda ain't a puncher. He
Zep,
ain't a puncher. It's accumulation.
okay, so David Benavidez is not a puncher.
Yeah, David Benavidez. I don't consider him a one punch knockout type of puncher. He gets some of his knockouts through accumulation of punches, and then he has rare instances like Andre where he hit him and hurt him. But David Benavidez, he ain't a big puncher. It's accumulation.
He is
And so
bro. This is
so
what I'm saying. You guys
it's
be
like
all
this. Look
over
at
the
it like
place.
this. No. It's a very consistent way I look at it. You got some fighters where it's like a mallet and a chisel. Now you know how it is with a mallet and a chisel. You keep tapping, and eventually, you're gonna get some cracks in the spot you're looking at. And you got some people where they're precision. They know how to hit you in the right spot. And if you hit someone in the right spot, sometimes it don't matter how hard it is. Like when Charlo was able to knock somebody out with a jab to the body, or landing a shot to the liver, because it don't really take too much to damage the liver. The liver can get ruptured by a small amount of force. So landing the liver shot at the right time, that could do something to someone. So there's precision, and then there's careful like a chisel. And then you got some people where they just got bombs in their hands. So when they hit somebody, it don't matter. Like they're gonna feel it and it's gonna hurt. So that there's multiple different ways that people show knockouts in boxing. And Zepeda was not somebody that got the precision or he got a bomb in his hand. He's somebody like with a chisel. So he got to keep breaking away until he get
How
the
many
stoppage.
people? Phoenix. How many people in boxing has that one punch knockout power?
Very few.
That's and this is my point to go against what you just said. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't with Shakur. That's why I keep saying I need to
That's why
see him.
he
Look, look.
keep
Let me
daunting.
say this. Let me say my point. This is why I need to see Tank and Shakur at the Lamont Roach and Tank fight because the fans are not gonna really give Shakur his just due until he fights Tank. Because now everything is out the window. He beat Tank. You can't say he ain't fight nobody with one punch knockout power. Nobody that's twitchy with boxing skills, ring IQ. We throw everything out the window once that fight get made. And if Tank beats Shakur, it's the same thing. You can't say, "Oh, Tank ain't beat nobody. He this and that." That's why we could end that all by just getting them two brothers in the ring, bro. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I agree with that. I agree with that because right now they do need to fight. The thing I'm saying is this: like, as far as their opponents, Tank has fought more people more likely to give him problems than Shakur has. Plain and simple. Because a lot
How's
of people
that?
that because look at it. Look at how many fights Tank has been in where he's the shorter person and got a shorter reach. Look how many people he's been up in there with. They got over a seventy
That
percent
sounds like
knockout
a
rate.
genetics problem,
Who
Phoenix. That's not.
yeah,
That's not.
but even then, like he could be doing what other fighters is doing, drain himself 20 pounds and fight guys like in a way. He could be fighting at 122 if he did what other fighters is doing. He's fighting closer to his walking around weight.
Bro, how
And you
long
could
Tank been at 135?
he been at 135 since was it 2019, 2020? And that's
Yeah,
his third weight
about
class.
6 years. About six.
He's already fought in four weight classes. Shakur just now at his third.
No.
So how high
Well,
does Tank need to
Shakur is
go?
also 28, and he got 24 fights, and Tank is over 30 fights. So we got to account that into it too. So you can't say,
We
"Oh,
don't really have to account that into it because like Tank ain't really a big guy. Like he probably smaller than Alicia
Why do
Baumgartner.
you keep? Why is we keep using this size shit, man?
Because you're
Tank
talking
has the
about weight
equalizer,
classes.
bro.
Because
He
you're talking about weight class. Here's the thing: it don't matter how hard somebody is. That doesn't mean that they need to move to a weight where they small at.
so why Tank don't just go to 130 then? If y'all keep saying he a small
That's
guy,
what. But
why?
that's the thing. Like, look at it. When a fighter weighs in, you could tell they at their natural weight based on how they look at their weigh in. Because you remember Boots last weigh in, how he looked all shrunk up like a skeleton, and that was at 147. Tank don't look drained like that when he's weighing in at 133 for fights at 135. He
So
would
he had
look
his
like
proper
that.
weight class.
He- yeah, he would look like that if he drained himself like the other fighters and fought at 120 or something, like 122 or 126. Then you
So
would see Tank all shrunk up and shriveled like that. That's
so
how you know he's fighting
look.
close to his natural weight.
Okay, so it's no problem then, because everybody got to make the 130, the 135 limit. So it's no excuse of he's fighting these bigger guys. He has his weight class. They just taller and longer than him, but he has the
Yeah,
physical abilities to chop all that shit out. That
and
length
then
and
but
height, that
here's the
shit
other
don't
thing that
mean
comes
nothing when you
into it.
fighting Tank.
Here's the other thing that comes into it. Tank ain't gonna rehydrate 10, 15, 20 pounds like these other guys either. That's the other thing about fighting at your natural weight. You're
Bro,
not gonna have to worry. You don't rehydrate like that when you're close to your
I'm
natural
gonna
weight.
just.
Maybe you
I don't
might
want to
gain
talk
5 pounds,
about weight classes
but that
because
matters. So,
look,
but
I'm about
okay,
to
we
get
don't even
off.
got to talk about that then. We'll talk about other things. How many
Yeah, because
people has Shakur fought?
I just
How
want
many
them to
people has
fight,
Shakur
bro. They
fought close
both
to
at
his height?
look, they both at 135, bro. I just want them to fight. I don't. Shakur is at his natural weight. When he weigh in, he looks great. He don't look sunken in. He don't look drained. Tank weigh in. He don't look sunken in. He don't look drained. They both at their natural weights, dog.
Hey,
Yeah.
Busy.
From the outside looking in, everybody thinks these two guys are the best two guys in the division. These
Hey,
are the
Busy.
creme de la creme. This is the
Hey,
fight. That's why
Busy.
Shakur get asked about Tank after his fights, and Tank get asked about Shakur after his fights. These are the creme de la creme, and they need to fight each other. That's all I'm saying, bro. I don't got no hate. I ain't coming up here with no hate. None of that, bro. I want Tank to get Roach out of here so they could get to it. I don't want to see Tank lose against no fucking Lamont Roach. That
But
will fuck that will fuck up
your boy
everything.
picking Rose though. Your boy still picking Rose.
I don't care. I'm not Shakur, bro. I'm RBZ, bro. I'm not picking them. So it don't
I
matter.
know,
Like
bro.
all that,
Can I respond
yeah.
to something you said, bro? I'm gonna be out real quick, bro. I'm not gonna stay. You said in the comment section, bro, that Shakur will not fight Tank Davis the same way he fought last night, bro. And you said to Phoenix that, oh, now it's about power. That's why he fought Zepeda. That it's about power. Yes, bro, it's about power because you know you want to fight Tank Davis the same way. You know you want to fight Edwin De Los Santos the same way, bro.
Why
And you
would
know
he?
that, bro. So
Why would he?
and bro, listen, bro, it was a good performance by Shakur, bro. I respect the way he fought, bro.
Tell me,
You know what I'm
Dave,
saying?
Dave.
But
Why would he fight him the same way? Why?
because it's about power. You
Yeah,
agree with that,
okay.
bro? You
So
agree with
so
that?
when you going against a power puncher and you have the abilities to be more cautious and get out the way and fighting those guys, and you know they hit harder, you know they have higher IQ. You fight
Yeah.
according. You. It's called adjustments, bro. It's called ring
But the problem
IQ.
is, bro, you said the reason why Shakur fought the way he fought last night is because he tried to prove the fans wrong, right? That he can stand and not run. I know
Yeah,
you wouldn't do
against
that with Tank
100.
though.
Dave, you're not taking the whole thing into context. He sat in front of one of the most active punchers in the sport of boxing, a guy that averages 100 punches per round. Sat in front of him, made him hit shoulders and elbows most of the fight, brother. And people said he was gonna run. You can't sit here, Dave, and say people ain't say Shakur was gonna run.
I did say that. I did say that
And
for
look,
sure.
when it comes to Tank, you gotta approach Tank different. I'm not gonna say Shakur ain't he know what Tank is. That's why he want to fight him. He know what he is, bro. He has that one hitter quitter, high boxing IQ, very twitchy, very fast, and he's awkward. He know Tank is that. He always give praise to Tank. Always do. And this is what I'm saying.
No, we
We
don't.
got such a
People saying
divide.
Tank ain't fought nobody.
All right, look. So fight him.
Hey,
Go
take a
fight him.
break for
Tank
one
said the
second.
same
Hey,
thing.
hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me read these couple super chats, man, just because people are supporting. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super chat, man. Troy Hutch said, "You see that Oscar wearing that wig, clowning Bumlanga after he lost? Hell yeah, that shit was hilarious." My man, the boxing novice said, "Pete, what happened? Somebody jumped out?"
I think Dave did.
No, not Dave. Yeah.
Tazane.
That guy
Tazane.
Dave.
Yeah, real quick, let me do this last one. Peace to all in the building. And Anthony Ford, thank you, boxing novice. Forbes said, my man should like Shakur too much. You can't take credit from other fighters. Rolly is a champ. Zapata is cool, but Rolly sleeps Zapata. All right, so
Look,
y'all go ahead. Go ahead.
it's not about liking them too much, bro. I'm from Newark, New Jersey, dog. We don't have shit in Newark, bro. We don't have nobody putting on for our city, bro. We're an overlooked city in America, bro. The biggest city in New Jersey, we overlook, but we got Shakur Stevenson. So I'm gonna root for that guy.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed
I'm
to
a
do.
fucking root from him. I ain't from Chicago, LA. We ain't got a lot of, you feel me? We
Shit,
got
you got more
Shakur though.
boxes than Chicago does.
Ain't nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
We
Yeah, you
got
got
we got we got Shakur, and my son is the amateur fighter coming up. That's his favorite fighter. He look up to him. It's 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 just a guy that I see that is gonna be like a great fighter to come. And Shakur hasn't even reached his apex yet. He's 20. He just turned 28 a few weeks ago. He hasn't even reached his apex yet. So I know it could be things improved and worked on to get better.
this is
Same with
refreshing
Tank.
as shit. Damn, it's
Man,
refreshing
that's the
to hear
same with
to
Tank.
hear some Shakur fans.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
and I don't
Telling
have
you.
no hate against Tank, bro. I know if it is one dude that could beat Shakur, I know it's Tank.
I know
That's
if it's
my whole
one dude
thing.
that will beat Shakur, it's Tank.
Now you can
And
say
just
however
like
you
you,
feel, brother.
and
I ain't
just
here to
like, hey,
argue.
hey,
Look,
hey, hey,
I ain't
hey,
on no fanboy shit. I
my
just called it
term, my
that. I just
term. I
called it.
ain't no fanboy. Number
Man, I ain't
one,
got time to argue with you niggas,
my
man.
term.
Hey,
I ain't
Hold
hold on,
arguing
on, we
man.
with you.
weird.
I'm just
All right,
saying.
baby, you gotta let the man speak, bro.
Let me go ahead and speak my piece. I sit here and listen to you for like 20 minutes. All right? All right. Number one, just like you big up for Shakur, I big up for Tank. I'm an OG, old homie. So I remember seeing little kids running around that neighborhood. One of them may have been him, but I'm sitting back and I'm looking at it like this. We already know where B more at, where B more trying to get. And here we is, we got a young man from the trenches who literally put our city on his back, literally, who walk it like he talk it, and don't talk shit, and don't run around like a little swinging, you know what I mean? He don't roll like that. He don't run around talking shit about other boxers and all of that. So that's my little homie. I'm gonna ride for him. I'm gonna speak the truth for him when the truth is need to be spoken. Cause there's a whole lot of crap that's said out here that other niggas got coming out their mouth, mainly like your little homie, for real. You know what I mean? That's full of shit. Now that's where if you want to call it hate, that's what it is. Hate come from. You feel me? If you gonna be a real nigga, be like 100%. You gotta have respect for other niggas. You can't say one thing, I praise Tank, then the next minute you trying to tear him down and you talking shit about him. He acting like a little girl and all this bullshit. Come on, cut that noise out. That's a bunch of bullshit, man. And you know it. Plain and simple. The nigga had his chance to put his name on the line and he decided he didn't want to. So the fight you want to see could have been happened
That's
instead
a
of
lie.
Lamont Roach.
That's a
No,
lie.
that ain't a lie.
That's a
That's the
lie.
truth.
It's a
It's the
lie, man.
truth.
Come on.
It's the truth.
This why,
He could have
bro,
wrote his name. Look,
bro,
here you
bro,
go
brother.
interrupting. He could have wrote his name on the line.
Come
Stephen
on,
F.
man. That's a
Spinoza
lie.
said they reached out to him. Fanon had him on the show when he was saying with Coach Kenny, him and Coach Kenny was going back and forth. He said, if we do this, what would you say? If we do that, what would you say? They sent out and talked to him, put a call into him. He wanted a multi-year deal. He didn't want a single fight deal. But if you want to fight Tank, that's what you're going to have to sign, a single fight deal. And see what happened after that for other options. He decided he didn't want to sign it. So he decided he didn't want to fight Tank. But yet they ain't stop him from running out there, running his mouth, going to every
Hold on a
blogger he
second. Hold
can.
on a second. Hold on a second. RBZ, I muted you because you kept laughing over him. You tried to talk over him. You started laughing over him. He did not cut you off at all, bro. You were trying to make a mockery of everything that he said. You started calling him a liar, bro. So you got muted. You don't, if you insist on talking over people, bro, I will mute you. That's what I do to everybody that talks over people, man. And you started laughing at him in the middle of his sentence and trying to irritate him, bro. And that's just, you were being obnoxious. So I muted you. You know you were being obnoxious. Go ahead, man. You more than welcome to jump back on, bro. But I listened to everything you said. And I have no problem with you defending Shakur Stevenson at all. I don't. But dude, he let you say what you were saying. And then boom, you want to start giggling and shit like what he's saying is funny. There was no joke being told. Go ahead, man. You can jump back on, RBZ. I'm just saying you were laughing at people in the middle of them talking. Last time I checked, man, that shit makes people piss when you do that.
Yeah, hey, I was just pointing out all of the hypocrisy and lies that come out a lot of Shakur fans' mouths. And what come out of his mouth? Plain and simple. He know he had a chance to fight Tank. He decided he didn't want that deal, and he went elsewhere. But then he came back and tried to act like Tank didn't want the fight to happen. And he started talking even more crap, talking crazy. So I'm like, hey, that fight that he want to see could have been happened. We would have had that fight instead of Lamont Roach.
Yeah, but let's talk about
took the
moving
hype.
forward. But David, let's move it forward. Let's move it forward.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you, Shakur. I'll give it to him. Last night, he made his adjustments after he allowed Zepeda to go ahead and Zepeda tied himself out. You know what I mean? He couldn't keep him in that corner. He wasn't sitting on any body punches. So everything that he needed to do to win, it seemed like he just stopped after the 5th round. So, hey, I give
I
it to
agree
him.
with that.
Good performance. You know what I mean? Good performance. He finally got in there. He stayed in the pocket and he fought. You know what I mean? And he made accountable for himself. But I still think that show he put up it's still dangerous because with a puncher with power who's sitting on his body shots, he gonna hurt that elbow. You know what I mean? That's the last thing you want. Or you gonna put a fog up in those biceps, especially if you constantly lifting. So those are 2 things to watch out for. He gotta clean that up. He gotta clean that shell up that he was going into when he was in the corner. Because that type of strategy isn't going to work for anybody with power.
Let me read this super chat real quick. And I do have a comment, though. He need to keep Sugar Ray Leonard's name out of his mouth. Sugar Ray Robinson's name out of his mouth, though.
Oh, he definitely.
All of them.
Real quick, though. Let me read this super chat.
He definitely.
LeVar Akins. Let me read this because I got a comment on this one. LeVar Akins said, Martin, these dudes up here watched the fight last night and still think Shakur Stevenson is a bum. They have to be Haney fans because nobody in the world can beat Tank. Well, first of all, let me answer it this way, LeVar. When somebody thinks their man is the best, they really do believe that nobody can beat them, and then it's a tendency to always look at their weaknesses. I do agree with that, and I do think that Shakur Stevenson gets too heavy a dose of criticism on this channel. But hey, man, like I said, I'm not biased. I'm gonna let people that have legitimate arguments make their arguments, as long as you're not a bot from Bill Haney. You are more than willing to come up here and share your opinion. But thank you, LeVar. But yeah, I agree with the LeVar a lot. I personally think Shakur looked fantastic from what I saw last night because I didn't give Turkey none of my money. I'm sorry, fuck that. Oh, by the way,
It'll be free today.
Guess what? Did you see the press conference? Guess what happened at the fucking press conference?
Which one? Post fight?
The fight. It was after the Katie Taylor one. Because you know that fight after the Katie Taylor, when they had ring card girls there, right? Like 3 sets of ring card girls. Dude, this reporter came up and said, "Why do you have ring card girls?" This dude had an accent, sounded like an Arabic accent. Asking,
That Bati boy.
yeah, that's what they did. They said, "Why, if it's a female fight, why do you have female ring card girls for a female fight?" And they were like, he was like, and Jake Paul was like, "Oh, whoever, what's that cool ass dude who's the partner of Jake Paul was like, you want ring card boys? Fuck out of here." Next question.
Yeah. Hey, them ring card girls was on point for that Jake Paul card. See, hey,
Oh my
the way
God.
they did that whole thing. Hey, congratulations to Jake Paul for having a better card than Turkey. They were also presented with a Guinness Book of
Yeah.
World Records as well for the most titles up for grabs in one night of fighting. They had 17 titles because they had so many
Female
undisputed
girls,
fights
yeah.
going on. So yeah, they got a Guinness World Record. They packed Madison Square Garden. All the fights was exciting. They got Shadisha Green her extra purse money for having performance of the night because she came back and did a thing. And Matt, like it was just an all around good night for women's boxing. And that's pretty dope to
True.
see that they doing that. It's pretty dope to see. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot.
It was a good card. That card was good. I watched it on Netflix and I just watched the whole fight right there on Netflix. I didn't go back to the computer and watch multi screen or anything. I just stayed over on Netflix and just watched the fight on there. I was entertained. It was a
Yeah,
nice
I
card.
enjoyed that. That was a good look. Easy to
Yeah, it
get to,
was.
just boom. It was easy.
Oh, I was upset with David Morrell though. I ain't gonna lie. I
Oh,
was
he
upset with
won, man,
David
but I didn't
Morrell.
see the fight. What happened with David
Now
Morrell?
he won. He could have got dude out of there, but he don't know how to throw body punches. He
Yeah,
was thrown to the head the whole time. Like dude ended up getting the cut, and then like later in the fight, Morrell was hurting him. But if he would have gone to the body, like everything he threw was to the head. Like he'd be throwing a
yeah.
jab, and you see the dude slip, 15 of his jabs in a row, and not think, oh, let me throw to the body. Like he didn't do that. So
He just
David
head
Morrell got
hunting.
some stuff to work on. Like I don't know if
Hmm.
it's, and that's the thing that I've been saying. Like fighters get used to one thing for so long, and then they can't make adjustments on the fly like that. So he been knocking people out. So now he just be going for the head. He don't know how to go to the body, and so he can't get people out of there that he should. Because like they was pretty evenly matched for the most part, but at the same time, like not Darrell Morrell not changing up his attacks because he could have definitely gone to the body. He was there for him, especially when they was up close. And that was the difference. If he would have had a body attack, that he could have stopped that, but he just threw headshots the entire night. So that was a little disappointing to see because I wanted to see like what else does he have in him? After coming off that loss to Benavidez, and that just let me know like yeah, this dude still got quite a bit to work on because being up there and having fought at like a championship level and then not having a body attack, like that's just like okay, how do you get up there? And, well, we know how he was knocking people out, but like man, you got to be able to do more than one thing. So that was a little disappointing to see.
So
Fuego Mejia
people in the chat are saying that he was gifted the win. Do you agree with that?
gifted the win. Honestly, like I said, that fight, I think it was the last two rounds that maybe probably pushed it in his favor because the last two rounds he did hurt Kateev a little bit. But like I said, he didn't really do what he needed to do to get him out of there. And he was getting caught with some shots early on. Because early on it was hard to score them rounds because they were so even. But then later in the fight it seemed like his gas tank was a little better. And that's why he was able to land some of the shots he was doing to the head. But yeah, it was pretty much an even fight until it got to the later rounds. And you could tell Morrell had a little bit better conditioning. So that like honestly, it could have gone either way on that one. I ain't gonna
Morrell got
lie.
dropped. Morrell got dropped.
I
Yeah,
think I think they
he
ruled
went
it a
down on
split.
the ropes. Yeah,
Nah, it wasn't knocked down.
it
He got
wasn't
knocked
The
down.
knocked
candidate,
down.
the candidate.
It
Hey,
was
Okay.
a
hey,
single punch
Thomas, you've been here
knockdown.
patient for a second. Thomas, what's on your mind, man? I meant
Oh
to.
well, you know I'm always respectful of people's time. I don't overtalk people, and I'm not about to talk over nobody. That's just one of my pet peeves. So I just sit there and chill. But what's good with you for now? Hey, shout out to you. Good morning to you, man. Shout out to my man Phoenix, the Shakur assassin. Shout out to my main man.
What's going on?
Shout out to my main man David Lynch. Shout out to my man RBZ, man. I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna start off by saying this. Favorite fighter syndrome is real and is highly active in 6 different fan bases in particular. It's Canelo, it's Spence, it's Crawford, it's Tank, it's Devin, and it's Shakur. And many people will cat for their favorite fighter and hate on their other contemporaries. And it happens alive and well in these chats, man. You can see the hate that exists for these people, man.
Oh man, it sounds like you know what that shit reminded me of when David was talking to RBZ. It sounded like niggas in Newark wanted to go at niggas in Baltimore, and then niggas in Baltimore want to go at niggas in Newark. I was like, shit, you about to have
It
motherfuckers
would,
doing shit else, nigga.
it did.
I was like,
It
niggas
really
in the
did.
road.
I was sitting back here
I'm
dying
on my
too.
way up 95 now.
Yeah, I'm talking about them niggas got the gas out, nigga. Damn.
But I'm gonna say this, man. Congratulations to Shakur, man. That was an excellent fight. He dominated that fight. He controlled that fight. He stood there in front of him and he moved around him. Unfortunately, Cepeda has been given a mystique that I don't think he fairly earned. He's not a knockout fighter. He doesn't have
No.
punch power like that. I think he has a volume of punches that his pressure usually exhausts his opponents, but somebody of Shakur's caliber, it would never exhaust it. And for those who saying Cepeda would beat Pitbull, stop it. Him beating Rolly, I don't think that's even possible. Him beating Ryan, definitely not possible.
No.
Oh, he's
So let's
getting
not do
swept.
that. Let's just celebrate Shakur for the win that he had against somebody that they said would be his toughest fight and him making it easy. And he did make it easy. Shout out to his hands for holding up. Shout out for him going there and doing what I thought he would do. I thought he would actually stop him, but he didn't. He should have worked that body a little bit more often. I think he probably would have possibly gotten a stoppage. But shout out Cepeda because Cepeda did it. And he went in there and he held it himself better than what I thought he would against Shakur. I will say this: Cepeda is fan friendly, but his feet are uneducated. I'm sorry. They're very slow. His hands are likewise uneducated, and they're very slow. And he has to start learning how to set up punches and stop smothering his work a little bit more. And he might see a lot more results when it comes to people of that caliber. But that being said, he fought valiantly, and I thought he did much better than what I expected him to do against Shakur. Shakur, if anybody had doubts about him standing in front of folks and being able to exchange, I don't know why he did it against a lot of other folks, but he definitely did it against him. Now, is Cepeda the threat that some other fighters that he could face? Is I highly doubt that, but I mean, you got to give him credit for what people said would be a fight he would lose. He made that look very easy. So let's not hate on him because we rock with Devin or we rock with Tate. And for those people who do rock with Devin, when y'all said Devin versus Ramirez was a masterclass and Shakur versus De Los Santos was a track meet, what the fudge was y'all looking at?
Can you say that again?
Some people said Devin versus Ramirez, they're Devin fans. They said that was a masterclass. They said the same people who said that was a masterclass said that Shakur versus De Los Santos was a track meet. And I'm trying to find a difference in between what I saw in both fights. They look eerily similar. So,
Well, yeah, just
like, I
because
wish
they
people.
were. I agree
So
with you.
basically,
I wouldn't say that. I'd say they both masterfully asked.
So basically, some people will cap for the others. Like I said, favorite fighter syndrome. They will say that this was a masterclass and that was a track meet when they both look the same. And unfortunately, we need to put that stuff together because you go in there to fight and win, however many you may be. And if you're moving a little bit more for your opponent and they can't catch up with you, that's not your fault. That's the opponent's fault. They need to learn how to cut the ring. So sorry about that cat in the background.
No, you good.
But I do want to say I want the fight between Shakur and Tank. So I just need Tank to find a way to get people in his life that will help him make the decisions necessary to stay away from problems, and focus on the fight and focus on his opponent, go in there and handle Roach. And I want Shakur to continue what he did after the fight, calling for Tank and showing up to events where, they can be together and making sure he wants the people to know that Tank, this is the fight we need to make, and this is the fight I want next, and I'm not pushing for nothing else. And likewise, I think you should do the same so we can get this fight, because I have a great feeling about that fight, and I think that fight will do well, and I think a lot of narratives will be disproved. And finally, some people will be getting their just due and their proper respect. That's all I really want for these fighters, because they lay their life on the line, and most of the times it's ridiculed by people who rock with other people who don't even know they exist.
Eloquent.
I agree with that. I like something that he said though, about the difference between Devin and Ramirez and Shakur and De Los Santos. Like both of those were the same to me. I don't know why people look at one way and one the other way. Because the thing is, both those fights set records for the lowest punches landed. So, but this performance right here that Shakur just had is better than what Devin did against Ramirez and against a guy that you know in the eyes of the general public is more credible than William Zepeda. I mean, like by me personally, I still say that Shakur beat Devin. I've been saying that for a minute. I wasn't too sure, with the De Los Santos and the Haratunia fight, but I'm like, yeah, if Shakur gonna stand in there with the volume that Zepeda's throwing, then yeah, he'll still go ahead and get Devin on that out the way. But like I said, I got to give Shakur credit because he was tweeting a lot, he was talking a lot, said he was going to show people something different, and he came out and did something different than what we've seen him do for a majority of his fights at 135. So I go ahead and say, I'm gonna give him credit for that. I do want to talk about because got to be fair. We talked about Devin's prostitute problems.
Oh,
We got to we
Jesus.
got to we got to talk about Tank's problems, and it's unfortunate what happened with that situation. And the way I look at it is this: the way because I know like a lot of people is like, oh, you talked about Devin, you got to talk about Tank. You can't be silent about it. My thing is this: Tank has been a person who always stayed to himself. No, he ain't been out there trying to say he's a role model for people that some of the people should be looking up to, trying to set an example. He's somebody who's been trying to better himself. We've seen that. We've seen when he converted to Islam. We've seen that with him talking about getting therapy, wanting to be a better father for his daughters, wanting to improve himself, wanting to go back to school, wanting to work through his trauma, and that's positive. And like the thing that a lot of people think is like when somebody is talking like that, it all of a sudden means like a switch is flipped and they all of a sudden gonna be perfect. Like it's gonna take some work. Like he got some stuff he got to work through, and it's gonna be a day by day thing. It don't mean he gonna make every step right because you still got to learn how to operate in a different way than what he been used to. So that's how people change their behavior if they really about it. They got to learn to operate differently. And in a situation like that, with a toxic baby mama, it seems, because that same chick that lied on him before, tore his clothes, spit
Man,
on him, put baby doodoo on his toothbrush and all that, and then wanted to say that he was the one that was the aggressor. It's like,
that's the
nah,
same lady. It's the same woman.
Same one.
yeah, and that's the crazy thing. So it's like from what the reports were
I got
saying,
some
it's
advice
like
for him.
man, how they say that if she's really that pressed, I'll tell you this, I know nobody who's able to pull out their phone and text somebody in the middle of getting their ass whooped. That's something that
No,
just
you
don't
can't do
happen.
that.
you
No.
know, and they said that he had to move the driver's seat to reach back and try to smack her in the back of the head and do
How is
okay.
she
So
smack her in the back of the head? Oh, like she wouldn't even have seen if he smacked her in the back of the head.
Exactly.
I
So
was like,
that's what she would say.
in my
Like, so
head,
how was you in the
you see
car?
this? Oh, get
And
the
she
fuck
got
yeah.
the same cut in the mouth like she had last time with no visible
Look,
scars on her face, no
look, I'm gonna tell you,
bruises.
I got advice for her. I
Man,
got
he
advice for
walked
them.
into a setup.
I got
That's
it.
what I
I'm telling you,
believe.
I got advice for you dummies. Y'all better start acting like people are trying to set you up. You better walk
Mm-hmm.
your ass around with a good amount of paranoia, dude. They're trying to set your ass up, bro. We've all been there. If your ass didn't notice, we've
Mm-hmm.
whole lot of people have been there. I've had people try to set me up a bunch of times.
So
But if
Mm-hmm.
you just act like you know they're trying to set your ass up, you will be extremely cautious in everything you do. He should never even raise his voice at her. As soon as she gets upset or acts like it's an argument, you got to leave right away because she's trying to start
Exactly.
an argument with you. And women like
that
to argue for fun. Some people like to argue for
Mm-hmm.
fun. And they want to, and then all of a sudden it gets overblown, and all of a sudden your ass is about to lose custody of that kid who you already are writing checks to for her.
Yep.
Okay. So you know what I
and
mean?
that's
She
so
probably
crazy
got
too. Like
oh, hey,
I
Mm-hmm.
had I had a
real quick,
situation
hey, hold
like
on before I
oh,
needed to finish this. I am Shakur's fan too. I'm just saying, give fighters their credit. Rolly earned his credit. Shakur and Tank is 1 and 1A. Absolutely, that's my thing. RBs, he was doing way too much when he was on Rolly after Rolly won a world championship, bro. That narrative that Rolly sucks is out of the door. Go ahead,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead.
yeah, I agree with
You
that
Phoenix.
because like I remember this like one of these situations. Oh, the kids came outside with me, but now I remember like a situation I was in. Like man, the 911 dispatcher and the sheriff's both said, "Yo, like." If you in a situation like that, try to get up out the house or find a door to lock the room, so you ain't gotta be in there with it. Like lock yourself in the bathroom or something, because it's gonna be your word against hers. Don't even try to defend yourself. That's what the sheriff's deputies and the 911 dispatcher both told me. So it's just like, yeah, you screwed from the get go if you end up in that situation. I was like, damn, like, they're
Mm-hmm.
not even giving you a fighting chance. And so that's the thing. To like, what matters is public opinion. Even though you might be in a situation, even if it's self defense, like nah, don't be touching no woman because it ain't gonna work out in no kind of positive way for you. And that's the part that's unfortunate about this because kids is involved too. So like if they gotta have like an escorted pickup and drop off, like dude, they got centers and stuff that's willing to work with people for that. You know, or even having like another family member help to transport the kids and stuff. Like that's another thing, just in case things get
They got
crazy.
yeah.
But
They
yeah,
gotta be a
it's hard.
family member that they both approve of, because it's women that if I'm gonna send my mother over there, I ain't letting your mother get my kid. I don't even trust that. You gonna go through that because this girl is toxic. You know what I mean? And I know he want to try to. I don't know if he trying to do what, trying to create for his kids what he didn't have growing up. But sometimes you gotta let it go. You know what I mean? You gotta let it go. You can't deal with it. It's only about the kids. You know what I mean? And it seemed like that's what he been trying to do. But when you gotta believe that they trying to set you up, he walked right into that. Oh, I text my mom and she's out in the house recording with the video to try to catch him or me trying to irk him into hit me. They don't have any video of him hitting her. They got a video of him doing a box on the ground tour. You know what I mean? At her feet, doing a box at her feet on the ground. I was like, how is that assault? That ain't assault. And if it was, when the cops got there, they would have took him in. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have took a whole month. From what I saw on one of the reports, said that he didn't fill out a form, Miranda's form or something to
The
that
Miranda
effect.
rights form.
Right. And because he didn't fill that out, they went and they arrested him and charged him with assault and battery. So,
The crazy thing is about that is like you like we know like if they looking like if she's really beat up, like the first report that came out said yeah they had like a probable cause statement and said like, oh, if you guys happen to run into him, go ahead and pick him in, but other than that don't worry about it. It's basically what it sounded like. But that's
Uh-huh.
what it said in that first report or the news report that came out. So it's like, man, you're just saying like you're not really worried about getting them because like something like that, they probably got his address and stuff on file. Like they could go to his home and scoop him up if they need to. But
Yeah,
like
they know where
the
he
fact
at.
that it was like that, and it's been a month now, so it's like, come on,
Hey,
like they
if they set your bail at 10,000, does that mean you pay 1,000 or you got to pay all 10?
A
I
thousand.
think you pay 10%, ain't it? Or
Yeah.
is that 10%, or was it 100,000? He paid 10,000 because you pay 10% or whatever they said it at.
Uh-huh.
No,
I
they
like.
said they set the bail at 10,000.
Yeah, they
Oh,
said
that
at
means you only pay
10,000.
1,000 there.
So that means
Yeah,
they didn't see him as any danger whatsoever.
at all.
Exactly.
Yeah,
At all. They just taxed his ass for being in there for a night.
and
Hey, can
just
I?
to make sure he comes back to court, and then he gets his money back.
Yeah. Can I add on to what you guys said? I mean, especially what you said, Fanon, and then what he just concluded with, Phoenix just concluded with. You know, you definitely got to make sure you're aware of your surroundings and who are in your surroundings or who are surrounding you. I think that he needs to recognize that this thing that he has with her is strictly about him being a better parent to his children. And part of him being a better parent to his children is making good decisions and being there for his children. So if she is somebody that's going to conflict with him making better decisions and choices and being around his children, then he needs to remove himself from her, even if that means putting somebody else in the ability or with the possibility of picking the children up so that there won't be contact. Likewise, just making sure he maintains his due diligence to his responsibilities as those children's father. But that's it. That's as far as it goes. There shall be no more contact with them. And I understand that sometimes the crazy ones got that crazy, like my man Fahim said, got that snapper, and that snapper be getting you real good.
Oh,
So he gonna have to
hey,
refrain from
hey,
that.
Thomas,
Like
Thomas, have you seen her?
likewise,
Thomas,
likewise.
hey, Thomas, have you seen
Listen,
her? Have you seen his girl?
yeah,
And she crazy as hell. That
yeah,
nigga coming back. We gonna see
yeah.
his ass back in jail next month. That nigga gonna be back in jail next month.
There is no escape from that.
Hey,
Oh man.
He
poor
messing
thing,
with power bait. He
poor
messing
thing.
with power bait and hog mog and all that stuff.
Oh,
Got
oh
Unfortunately,
his
he
man.
ass.
hooked, and sometimes it don't matter what a piece of sanity might say to you. You ain't trying to get that. So I
Hey,
think
dog.
that's one of the things he has to do. He has to surround himself with people that's gonna say, "Look, bro, I think you need to slow your roll." Also,
Hey, Fahim said you already know. He probably hit last night.
he got outside and he put bail money on that tail. I tell you that, right?
Man,
but
no, some woman
also
crazy as hell with that.
in context to what you guys also have been said, it happened over a couple of months ago, or at least over a month ago. He is on probation, and that would be technically a violation of his probation, which means that person who really want to see him in jail would have his ass locked up right now. And then you couple it with the fact that it only was $10,000. He is not the threat that Fanon just stated that they see him as. So I don't follow it the way that most people follow it. I know people who hate on him will definitely throw that in his face. And for those who do hate on him, just remember your favorite fighter also has a spat with a female and have done things to females that they should not have done. So let's not just throw rocks at glass houses.
And you
Also,
don't have, and honestly, if we're gonna look at it that way, just let me put a pin in that. Gervonta's getting it honest. That nigga bought a prostitute that paid to have a baby.
Yep.
He paid to have an escort have his baby. That
Yeah.
right there tells you that the relationship, that ain't even no crazy chick. That's a crazy nigga. That's
Yeah.
And
that's
then he
not
put
Yeah.
hands on her.
It's all Bill's fault. It's Bill's fault. Seriously. All right. Let me go ahead and explain myself. Bill bringing up his son and not teaching him the ways of how to be a man Really be a man. Not showing them and telling them how you go about talking to girls. That's basics right there. You know what I mean? If it's a girl you like, blah blah. You know what I mean? He not doing that fathering. They'll probably taking here, like he said. I'm an ex pimp. He probably taking them out, cheating for them to get buying ass for them and whatnot. I got just go ahead and say it. He taking them out, probably showing them the ropes, buying ass for them. So what's going to be in his head that's normal to go out and buy females? You see what I mean? So it's probably is he probably been on that course for like a minute. You know what I'm saying? So he see one that he want one, and this is what he do. And these girls are looking for tricks. You know what I mean? And he's a trick. He raised his son to be a trick. You know what I mean? And once you're a trick, you always going to be a trick. You gotta break that mentality. You can't be out here thinking some hoe who some hoe gonna love you for you and be a good mother to your kid. What the hell?
Now
What
hold
the
on
hell?
now. Hold on now. The hoe may be a good mother to her kids because there's some hoes out there that take care of their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
but
but here's what I say
But
about
that
Dev.
first part you're right about. But she ain't gonna love your ass though.
Oh man,
Cause
Sunday
you know,
morning
'cause you know,
commentary is fire.
hey, you know what Devin remind me of? Like, you know how you put money in the vending machine so you can get your
Food
snack, but then the
tea.
snack gets stuck, so you hit the vending machine.
he beating on the
Oh
vending
man.
machine for a second.
He put the money in to get the baby, and now the baby's stuck. He can't get access to,
Oh man.
Oh man.
and
I
they
forgot what I
granted
was
her the
gonna say.
restraining order.
Yeah, I would think that the Devon fans would keep their mouth shut during this particular scenario. Because, bro, she got a
Well,
real restraint. He got a restraining order on him.
Straight
Like a
up
restraining
restraining
order.
order.
Like,
And
nigga, you
shit that
can't come within
means
50 feet. You can't come within 100. You can't come within
mm-hmm.
1,000 yards of you and your child. They have to get a temporary restraining order. They have to probably have probable cause that you are a real harm to that lady.
Now she playing the game the right way.
Help.
That's how you play the game. That's how you play the game to box a nigga in by doing it that way. You know what I mean? So she got somebody, a rabbi in her head in her ear that's telling her the right stuff to do. Restraining order, document it, then go ahead and do it.
Kurt Hurst said, phenomenal in the chat. Phoenix, can I ask, in training and sparring, is there any really great way to practice clinching and getting out of trouble, or does it have to come in ring experience? That's from Kurt Hurd.
Oh,
hey,
that's
hey,
something that we work on in our gym. So like, what we do is the best way in boxing, like to get used to things, is to feel comfortable with it. And what we do is if we're introducing something new to a fighter, particularly this, because we've worked with all of our fighters in the gym on this. We put them in the ropes, we put them on the corner, and we practice movement to try to get out the corner. Then we also work on the clinch and working on inside the clinch, right? So basically, like what you want to do is, and what we do in our gym, we'll say, okay, this is what we want you to do. You offense, you're going to be doing this to them, and we're gonna have like my coach. He'll have one guy in his corner. He's telling them one thing, and then I'll be coaching the other guy on specific things for defense, or we might switch it up. So whenever he got a guy coming in on offense, I say, okay, he's gonna be offensive. You're working on your defense, and maybe counter punching if it comes in. So if you get in the clinch, here's what you do if they're the one clinching you, and here's how you want to clinch if you're the one on the defensive, right? Because there's certain ways that you can clinch, and you normally see the way Floyd does it. He'll go ahead and trap they left hand with his right, and then he'll have his left hand up still like in that Philly shell stance and pressed up against the head for head control. So it might be something like that. Maybe we have them do it on the other side. But like and it just depends on the spot in the ring way in. If we have them on the ropes, we'll tell them, okay, look for that opening to clinch, trap a hand, control their head, spin, get back to the middle of the ring. Don't stay in the clinch too long and be up in there grappling. You want to be the person that's in control during the clinch, not the person that's getting clinched, right? Or if somebody tries to clinch with you, then you want to know how to get up out of it or how you can still work because as long as you got a free hand, you still do your thing. So we just get them used to that, and have them set up in different scenarios. And then, after that, we'll go ahead and do just regular sparring and, see if it kicks in. Or, we'll be coaching them, hey, when you notice this, try to do a clinch right here because they got this tail and we can see it. So we get them used to it so that they're comfortable. Because that's the biggest thing in boxing. Like you might do all this training and stuff. You might go over all these drills and everything. You might be trying to improve on certain stuff. But like if you never get to a point where you're comfortable enough to do it and it comes naturally, then you're not gonna be able to do it. So that's the biggest thing that people overlook is the comfortability. You got to be comfortable in that.
Yo, man.
Go real quick. Isaiah with YWD said, hoes gonna love the kids and the husband's money. Yeah, hoes will love their kids now. I don't think hoes don't love their kids. That's how you get them.
That was classic, Fernand. I ain't gonna lie. You tickled my man. I almost pissed myself, bro. I was laughing so hard. But I want to say this, man. I want to say three things. First, the first thing is going back to being set up because I didn't finish that one. Deion Sanders called a lot of flack for having somebody come in there and speak to his team about the traps and lures that women can use to divide them into a relationship and then getting money out of them in that relationship. I think that a lot of people should have people come in there and explain to them what they can look for and what signs. Now, they're not going to all listen because like my man Fahim said, that snapper, get them clapper. But at times, some people will listen and they will get to see that looking at these people struggle with these things, maybe what she was telling me was the truth all along, and I need to pay attention to that, and I need to make better decisions. Likewise, I will say this: unheard of. Unheard of is someone who's really close in the Tank camp. She knows a lot about them. I think she might even be from the gym that Tank came in. And has a great relationship with him. She's given nothing but jewels in the chat about the relationship that they have and, what's really going on. And then this last thing is, man, Phoenix, I done listened to you break down a lot of boxing and you know what the hell you talking about. You even got a gym, dog. Why the hell you be hating on Shakur so damn much, man? That dude is a damn good boxer, bro.
Hey, real quick, Willie Williams said, tell Tank to get his scary ass in the ring with him. I say scary because he's afraid to lose. Get in the ring and face his worst fear. Okay. Thanks, Willie. Appreciate that, man. Willie Williams. Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just asking why my man Phoenix be hating so hard over there. That nigga know so much boxing. He got to know that Shakur is one of the nicest and the coldest in the ring, dog.
He does. He's just like Shakur when he's doing these commercials. He doing
for me. No, for me, it takes a long time for me to be sold on fighters. Like Tank, I wasn't really sold on him until the Fonseca fight. Errol Spence, I wasn't really sold on him until. And so, like, for me, it takes a lot for me to say, okay, this dude is who they say they are. Like Devin Haney, after the Gamboa fight, I was like, nah, throw him in the trash. That's how I felt about Devin. And, I'm still feeling that way. Shakur, so far, like, it's hard because, like looking at it, like, I don't know, man. He ain't really been up in there and fought like the fight he had was a pay that you can't lie. He did good.
Real quick, you went out. Your sound went out, Phoenix, when you were saying when you were sold on Errol Spence. So when were you sold on Errol Spence?
Oh, after what he did with Kell Brook.
Okay, there you go. All right.
Yeah. So like that's the way it is for me. It takes a minute before I'm like, okay, this fighter's who they say they are. People is right to feel this type of way about him, So that's the only thing about Shakur. Like I don't really feel like I've seen him in a spot where he's had to really dig down and make adjustments. Like the biggest adjustment we've seen that he had to make and could have made is like body punching and cutting the ring off. But like being in a situation where you actually in trouble or have some type of disadvantage you got to overcome, haven't really seen him in too many of those. And so that's why for me, it's harder to get a good gauge on them because when a fighter doesn't have to worry about making adjustments and they're just comfortable the whole time that they fighting. I mean, like look at Floyd. He his entire style is adjustments. People like to dumb it down to just the Philly shell and defense, but it's adjustments, and we've seen him in multiple fights where people thought, okay, this guy's gonna beat him, this guy's gonna beat him, and he had to change up what he was doing multiple times in the fight, right? But I haven't seen a lot of situations like that for Shakur, for Devin, for Tiafimo, even for Boots, So that's why for me, like a lot of these fighters, I'm not really at a point where I'm going to say, like I know everybody's like, yeah, they ranked at the top, they the best, they at the top of the pound for pound ranks in their weight class and all this, but I'm still looking at these things and it's like I don't know. I don't know if I can go ahead and get on there. Like I'll admit that they good, but as good as they saying or as people say, I don't know. So that's what it is for me.
Sounds good, man. What were you
With
saying?
me, my dislike for Shakur comes from capping. The man is a cap machine, yo. He got his own caps he make called "Make My Cap Real in People's Heads." And a lot of this shit he's saying is just straight up lies. I'm like, yo, stop capping. And you know what I mean? And if you're going to talk trash to somebody, you got to be about it. You know what I mean? Plus, I don't like the fact that he moved like a sneak thief. He come in your camp, chill with you, box with you. Then next thing you know, hey, I want to fight him. You know what I mean? His movements is off to me. You feel me? That's what it's all about with me. The fact he cap, the way his movements is. You know what I mean? Being we, being a B more cat, yo, we tend to not trust cats who act like that. You know what I mean? You don't trust them because as soon as you turn your back, they stabbing you in your back with that knife quick.
I gotta tell you
It's
something, man. From somebody from Chicago, I do find the closer you get to that goddamn East Coast, the more hoe ass niggas that you get. Now, there's a
yeah.
whole lot of real niggas out there. I'm just saying, the closer you like, there's a whole lot of real niggas in these. Like in Chicago, it's pretty much unless you're dealing with like some upper crusty people, it is what you get. They're gonna tell you what's up. It's just pretty much straightforward type of place. But once you start getting past DC and you start heading up into that New York area where that whack ass pizza is, them niggas start getting real fugazi over there, dog. Real fugazi. That's why niggas in New York never really got along with people wherever they outside of New York. But Jersey's
Mhm.
a little bit better, bro. Jersey's a little bit better, and of course, Philly is better than both of them. So trust me, none of the whole shit starts until you get east of Philadelphia.
Mhm. And that's why you really gotta watch your back. Watch your back out here with people. You know what I mean? Especially down here. You know, it was
Yeah,
like
man.
it would be the one you least expect. Would be the one with that damn pokey trying to hit you
Yeah.
with it.
Yes, hey, Jay Henderson said Chicago got plenty of bitch niggas. I know a few. Yeah, I know a whole bunch. Actually, I ain't, don't get me wrong. We got handfuls of them up there. Y'all know.
Everywhere got that problem.
So what y'all
That's the
think about?
problem.
We have not talked about Sabril Matias and my guy, Pueo and Gary Antoine Russell. What y'all think of that? What y'all make of that?
That Matias fight was a good fight. Um, I think
Damn good
Matias
fight.
was doing the right thing, going to the body the way he was. I just think that his approach going in was off. He was like kind of off balance. I think he would have stayed with a little bit more form with his jab and got in a little bit more correctly. He could have avoided a lot of shots that he took. You know what I mean? He could have made the fight look a lot cleaner. But sometimes when people like Matias get to where they at, they just set in their ways. You know what I mean? So it's hard to change doing what they're going to do. It's like teaching an old dog new tricks. Sometimes you can't teach an old dog new tricks, especially when they used to doing the same things over and over and over again, because the muscle memory and doing it incorrectly kicks in, and they just can't help themselves. You know.
So, so for none, you done? My bad, David. You not done?
Mhm.
Are
I'm
you
finished.
done?
Go ahead.
I
Yeah.
wanted to say, I'm gonna preface it by saying this: the first fight between the babyface assassin Figaro, Brandon Figaro, and Schoolboy. I'm not Schoolboy, but Scooter or Cool Boy Steph. How did you
Mhm.
really have that fight?
How did I have it?
Yeah, how did you have that fight?
I honestly, man, and the first one, the second one,
Oh, the second one was Scooter by Destroyed
yeah.
by
The first
Devastation.
one, honestly, man, I had Scooter in the first one, man. I thought I had
Okay, I
Scooter
had
in each.
Scooter in the first one, and I had it by a landslide too. I didn't think it was close, and this is why he fought his fight, and he beat him at his fight. He could have fought his fight and really mopped him up, but he beat him at his fight, and it was so bad that my man had to hit him with about 20 low blows, 20 nut jobs, just for it to be even somewhat competitive. I said that to say this: in two fights last night, two fighters got beat at their own styles. Zapata got beat at his own style by Shakur, and I thought Puello beat Matias at his own style. I thought if Matias could get it inside and keep it close, he would wear him down. But Puello showed me that he could not wear him down, that he could not out thump him, he could not outmaneuver him, he couldn't do anything to get the crafty shots he's used to getting off when he's on the inside. And I edged the fight for me to Puello. It was a fantastic fight. And Matias definitely tried to do what he normally does, but Puello was just crafty, and he was taking advantage of him in between shots, and he was covering up and he was deflecting well. So, it was a great fight, and I thought Matias did good work. I just thought that Puello did his work better than he does his own work, and I favored it towards Puello. But I don't feel bad because I thought Martin did Puello even more dirty than he did Matias right there. So it was a great fight nonetheless, though.
Phoenix.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment, and that's actually the way that I was looking at it because I felt like later on when they was both tired, like Cuello was still doing work with that left uppercut. That
Absolutely.
left uppercut, he was throwing it to the body and he was throwing it to the head, and like their fight was close. Like they had like whatever Matias was doing, Cuello was answering back. And it wasn't just with like one or two shots, here and there. Like he was actually throwing combos back too to match up with what Matias was doing. Because like you look at the estimates, we got to remember CompuBox's estimates. There's only about a 10 punch difference between the two. As far as what they landed on each other. So like, right, that's one thing to make it hard because Cuello, he's not a guy that's really a power puncher. So Matias, being known as one who's like been hurting people, demolishing them people and getting them up out of there. I don't know if unconscious bias kicks in and they score extra for that and say his punches is more effective. But like Puello, he was giving shots back, and there was a moment where he had actually hurt Matias late in the fight, but like didn't get him out of there. Like I was like, oh, this could be it because I think Puello's knockout rate is close to 50%. It's about maybe 50 or 60 or something. But like the fact that it was both dog tired, like he had caught Matias with this one shot, and then like for the rest of the fight, because I think it was like in round 9 or something. The rest of the fight,
No, he's
Matias'
only
legs
down
were shaky.
41. Alberto Puello's knockout percentage is 41%.
41. Okay, okay. So yeah, like not really that high. So I think he's got what 14 knockouts.
10.
10. Okay, okay. So
24.
yeah,
He's 24-1 with 10 KOs.
yeah. So he ain't a big hitter. So that's the thing for me. Like with some of the fights and some of the scoring, I wonder like how much that plays to the judges. Like because it's hard. It's hard to go ahead and not count that because they don't score for harder punches. They got clean, effective punching, effective aggression, defense, and ring generalship. So that's why it's kind of hard, like not knowing what the judges is looking at. But I thought that Puello pulled it off, or it could have been like a draw.
Okay, what do you guys see for the? What do you guys see for Gary Antoine Russell moving forward? Like, because I want to see. I think we can get that unification with Gary Antoine Russell and Alberto Puello would be a huge fight in New York. In
I'd
where
like
they
to see that rematch.
not Puello. I mean Matias, Sabril Matias.
Yeah, like I think that's a good fight, and I think Antoine Russell. I think he got more in his tank than Matias do, because Matias he kind of like a Zepeda in a way, and so Gary Antoine Russell, I think he got a chin on him, and I think he could take those shots, and I think that he got the athleticism and the power to go ahead and keep Matias honest. So, I wouldn't expect it to be a situation where he get overrun. But then again, I forget who it was that was saying it, but once a fighter been doing the same thing for so long, it's hard to get them up out of there, and that is true.
Yeah.
Especially when they comfortable. So, Matias, it looks like that's all he knows, because that's all he did. Even when he got hurt, he still kept on coming forward like that. So, that's the thing. Gary Antoine Russell could probably get him to walk into something, since it's always just forward, forward, forward. But when the fighter's coming forward, you got the good timing and catch them with something they don't see. You almost double the effect since they're walking into it. So, that's an interesting matchup to see.
I see it being an uppercut because every time he just came, it seemed like he was just walking forward like a Terminator. You know what I mean? And that
Yep.
uppercut was there every time. If he, I think that if he would have went to this, took a body shot to. If he would have went, let's say, if he would have went to the body, then came up the middle with the uppercut right afterwards, he could really hurt Matias. He could have really hurt him. You know what I mean? It's just that the fire he was firing back was mostly like going up top, and then he would go down the bottom. You know what I mean? In response to try to keep him up off him.
Yeah.
He should have ripped to that body and then went up with the uppercut, and I think that would have backed him up off him. Then he would have learned he had to respect that power. But Matias, he just one way minded. He just goes straight.
Hold on.
His,
I will.
you know. So it's
Yeah,
like
man, he's
last.
coming straight forward at it. I want to see that Matias. I'm happy we get to see that Matias. I hope we get to see the Matias Gary Antoine Russell, because I don't think that shit is. There's almost no fucking way that shit's not going to be a fucking fight. Martin, I love both Tank and Shakur, but Tank's homegrown fans can't understand how somebody else can beat their god Tank. I've been saying on here for well over a year that Shakur gives Tank a boxing lesson. I'm gonna tell you right now, LeVar, you have been saying that, and you are definitely a firm supporter of my guy Shakur Stevenson. That boxing lesson shit, I can't see it. I'm
I
seeing
can't
it
read either.
inside the head, dog. I think it's gonna
Allow me to rebut. let
Hold
me
on
let
first,
me
though.
rebut this argument.
Before you rebut, because I know you was going to rebut. Look, Turkey Al-Sheikh said his attitude about these fighters fighting, and like the way that Berlanga and Shiraz fought each other. If Turkey Al-Sheikh is successful in making people just stand right there and throw a ton of punches, Turkey Al-Sheikh's dumbass is going to get somebody fucking killed on a telecast. So you remember I'm saying this shit right now, bro.
Oh, it almost happened in that sparring grounds thing they was doing. They got some dude that got knocked out, punched in the back of the head. They're basically doing doghouse rules to see who gets a spot on the November 22nd card.
Oh man, I
Yep, they're
didn't
doing
see that.
doghouse rules for that. Like they had two fighters, two clips of it. They posted them on Instagram. Two fighters got knocked out in their sparring. One of them got punched in the back of the head twice and face planted. And Devin, and of course, Devin Haney was the one to tweet and say, "Oh, this is sick."
Hold
Now,
on,
didn't you
hold on,
punch
hold on,
Tank in the
hold on,
back of
hold
the
on,
head?
hold on.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of my face and go to I'm sorry, bro. Go somewhere where you know what the fuck you're talking about. You're the one who promoted the no running nonsense. No, we did not. That's that bug-eyed nigga. Beat it. What the fuck are you talking about? Nobody said that
exactly.
shit around
Man.
here. Did
Oh,
nobody
them,
say no shit about no running rule, you lying fuckers? Look, man, will you niggas stop lying so goddamn much? We know if the same people are watching the show all the time, all right? Will y'all just stop coming up here lying? But the fact of the matter is, bro, well, not the fact. The fact is that the more you fight like that, the higher the chances are that somebody's gonna die in a boxing ring. And believe it or not, it's really not that hard for somebody to die in a boxing ring, especially if you let them punch each other 1,000 times in the head. Niggas will die from that shit. Okay, we're pro black fighters over here. Run, nigga, run. Exactly.
he said, run, nigga.
Yeah, for him,
And that's that song.
that's my guy.
That's
I
that
got
song they
nothing
were
but
singing
love
in
for that.
Django.
What are you saying, Terrence? Hey, hold on a second. What were you saying, Thomas Hill?
Hey, I was just saying for him with food, that's my guy. But what I really wanted to say was that I believe, because I'm gonna take it back to the fight and then I'm gonna address what just happened. I believe that would be an absolute barn burner. I would love to see, especially the Puello. I'm not Puello, but the
Matthias.
Russell. No, the Russell that fought Rayo, because before that he was
Antoine.
the Russell that fought Rayo, not the Russell that was fighting when after his pops had passed, because he was still fighting with the ghost of that lost on his back, and it was affecting not only him but it affected them all. Every single one of them didn't have very good performances once that took place. Once he got really, really sick and once he passed, rest in peace to him and, his other brother as well, too. But that took a toll on them and they just wasn't right physically and mentally. And they took a couple of fights that they probably shouldn't have took. And I think one of those fights was the Puello fight. And I thought that he was winning the fight, but then, he started doing things that was counterproductive to him winning the fight. And, they found a way to give the fight to, it was still a close fight, but they gave it to Puello. And I thought Puello closed stronger. But I think that Rayo, that Russell, Antoine Russell that fought El Rayo, that Antoine Russell is hard to deal with. And that would be a style clash amongst style clashes if he were to get in there with Matthias. I would love to see that fight. I think that fight should happen. And I hope it happens soon.
And then you wanted to get back to something that just occurred. That was the second part.
Oh, talking about
the no
just
run rule?
our perception of our fighters and the people that we quote unquote align our fandom to. See, I'm a boxing fan. I'm not a boxer fan, so I like boxing. So I can root for all of them, especially people that look like me. And I refuse to hate on people that look like me because all around the world, people hate on people that look like me, even people who look like me. And that's sad. So with that being the case, man, just remember, if you're going to throw shade at Tank, make sure you keep the same energy and that it matches your energy, because none of them really have fought 50-50 fights, save a fight with Loma. All the rest of them have been fighting in fights that they have been heavily favored for or at least moderately favored for. And if we want to count this recent fight, it still was a fight that Shakur was favored for. Let's stop disrespecting these fighters. If we want the fights, let's not push against the fighters. Let's push for the fight. Let's do that. Let's be better about our people and how we treat our people, because we got a lot of people dumping on people that we don't break the bread that it takes to get into the training sessions and to get into that ring. That in itself is a monumental task, and it needs to be respected. We need to respect these folks. We human and we all make mistakes. None of us is perfect. So let's be perfect in the way we fan, at least. Let's stop hating on one another, man. That's lame as hell, man. I just want the fights. So yeah, Tank should be up in there. He handled his business with the law and with Roach. I want to see him in there with Shakur, and I want to see finally narratives get put to bed. 'Cause this
What?
is just lame.
Well, we should be seeing soon because I think y'all said this was
Oh my God, this man's crazy.
Shakur's last fight with Eddie Hearn in Turkey, so he should be a free agent. So we'll see what's up. You know what I
We know
mean?
no, don't nobody else want his ass though.
It's up to him on what he going to do. Because when the call come, all he got to do is just go ahead, sign the paperwork, and agree to it. You know what I mean? It's as easy as one, two, three. And no, by the way, hey, Fanon, guess
Yes,
what I
sir.
just guess what fight I just finished watching?
What's that?
Manny Pacquiao versus Juan Manuel Marquez.
Marquez, the face plant. Which one?
Oh, the
Yeah,
Which
the
face
one?
face
plant.
paint. Oh
The
my
face
god,
plant. The
the
face
face
plant.
paint. Whoa.
That
Man,
was so beautiful, man.
that was that knockout that launched 1,001 memes. Man, they had
Yeah,
Pac-Man laying out everywhere, man. At a mattress dealership, laying on the bed. Oh man, some of the memes was crazy.
I think the coldest one was the
man.
picture of his wife. Boy, that right there
Oh
was.
yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
But
That
I
was
swear
cool.
he gave up the ghost in that fight. I thought he was done for.
They had to use
He
smelling
was
salts to wake
out,
him up.
Hey, y'all,
man.
I'll be
He
right
was
back. I'll be
out.
right back.
That
Are you
man
good?
was
Yeah, the
I'll be right
cold.
back in
out.
like 3 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
all right, we good.
The
That
cool thing
man.
about that knockout was Marquez had knocked down his sparring partner the exact same way because his partner tried to do that same move the Pacquiao do. And so like that's how you knew there was training for it. It was like, hey man, as
Hmm.
soon as you see Pacquiao do that shuffle step and he coming forward, it don't matter. Step your left foot outside and lean everything you got into that right hand. Even if you close your eyes, it's imagine all your ancestors is in your fist and they're about to put hands on that boy. Like that's that's what they told him to do. It don't matter. And you could tell because it was at a point where Marquez was hurt and Pacquiao was closing in for the kill, and Marquez was backing up. I know you seen it, but what made it even better was that when he was moving his foot out, his foot got tangled up with Pacquiao's lead foot, so it tripped him. So that made it
And
more
he fell
impactful
right
because then he
into it.
fell into it. So like that was just double. And when he went down, it's like, hey, I remember Roy Jones. He's not getting up, Jim. Like he was done.
It was
That
like
was it.
he's Larry Merchant was like the look on Larry Merchant's face. Bob ran over there, man. Bob was over there. They was trying to see if he was all right. He was just laying there. He was out. I mean, out.
And he
That
was out
kind
there
of
like Simba
remind
trying to
me.
wake up Mufasa.
Oh, you didn't
Yeah,
use the line.
that was tough, man.
Oh man, that was a knockout, man.
That's
Oh man.
devastating.
Uh uh
That's
uh.
devastating. Hey, and speaking of knockouts, man, oh that damn Shiraz versus Bumlanga.
Oh, Bumlanga.
Yeah, man. I basked in every
Hey,
minute of that.
Man, he
you see
went
the
night
second
night.
knockdown? The second knockdown, he fell on top of his head. He looked like he was about to start spinning like one of the Jabberwockies, man. Like, hey, you doing a breakdancing performance?
Hey, you remember the monkey that had the little symbols and would clap his hey, somebody on a
Hey, yeah,
fake tank
he start
account.
clapping when he's standing up.
Somebody put that on a fake tank account, man. That had me dying, man,
Oh
because
man.
he was on the ground popping his
Oh
gloves
man.
together. Like, nigga, what is that
Man,
gonna
he went
change?
down here first, man. He went down here first, like he was about to go
Hey,
into the backspin.
exactly. He got turned into a breakdancer. Man, that's horrible. Like, he called himself the king of New York. That means Shiraz just committed like regicide or something. Ain't that when you kill the king? Regicide.
Yeah,
Done.
Boy,
man.
he came correct for the king too. Oh,
WOP, he sure did get the hell knocked up out of him, man. I mean, yeah, monkey shines. Monkey shines. That's what that
Oh,
shot.
what's Monkey Shine? Oh, you said the name. I thought somebody called you a Monkey Shine. Hey, can somebody unblock him? Because I thought somebody called somebody a Monkey Shine. What's Monkey Shine?
That you remember the little
Talk about
toy that had the symbols and the monkey would
playing
just
the
clap it
cymbal.
together? It was
Yeah,
called
yeah.
monkey
Yeah,
shine.
that's
That's what
what
it was called.
Berlanga was doing when he got knocked down.
Every time he got knocked down, he did that. It shot him.
Hey, y'all, I gotta go. I gotta go.
All right, bet. Hey, well, have a wonderful day,
All
man.
right.
Enjoy the family.
You have a
You
blessed
guys
day,
be easy.
brother.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Y'all take it easy.
All right, get back, y'all. Bye.
One love.
Peace.